Mint Salad, and I saw Scooby Doo and the Goblin King. It is directed by Joe Scitta, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This is sponsored by my Linktree. You can learn more about that at the end of this review. The movie starts and it's Halloween, the best holiday ever. Unfortunately, we got some not nice dudes being like, hey, what are you doing here? You can't be here, Scooby and Shaggy. I really like Scooby and Shaggy's retaliation. This retaliation creates the villain of this movie. They're like, we're not gonna listen to you. We're gonna go have a little trick or treat instead. And then that guy who's like, yo, Scooby and Shaggy are not even allowed to be here today, is like, oh, I have the staff. It's a Goblin King staff. Oh, I got a staff. And it's like, interesting staff, dude. What are you going to do with that? I find it very fun that during this movie we have Shaggy and Scooby are part of a group, and then we have the rest of the Scooby gang also part of a group. This movie deals with magic, very fun subject to explore because Velma does a little fainting whenever she realizes that magic does in fact exist. I think this is definitely one of the Scooby movies where the supernatural is real for sure, actually. Definitely one of the newer Scooby movies that has this for sure. Like the old Scooby movies, like the really early ones, they have more supernatural elements. And then like there's this period of Scooby Doo movies where it's like, oh, well, there's a guy. Oh, the guy is a bad guy. What? Yeah, it's basically just like a format of a regular Scooby Doo episode. I really like the return to form with this movie, and I also like the setting of this movie as well. There's a lot of like ghouls and flies going near my ears. Oh man, that's terrifying. There's a lot of ghouls and goblins and other monsters in this movie too, which is terrifying. Honestly, I felt like there was a little bit too much going on in the Scooby Doo movie for me to properly care about it fully. As soon as I get a liking to what's happening in this movie, another thing starts to happen, and it's not disconnected necessarily, but I feel like it's definitely adding too much to the equation when I could just simply deal with the fact that we have Scooby and Shaggy are going to this castle where there's a goblin, and this Goblin King's like, yo, magic exists, and then we have the rest of the Scooby gang dealing with the fact that magic exists and then having to defeat this Goblin King. It could be just that, but there's too many elements, I think. There's like this vision, this prophecy, or whatever the heck it's called, that Scooby and Shaggy see. And we have the rest of the Scooby Doo gang being turned into like monsters and such, fulfilling this prophecy that Scooby and Shaggy see, and it's just too much. It's way too much. The Scooby gang meets a bunch of fellows along the way, like the horseless headman, I guess headman, horseless, what? he has no head and has a horse. What is his name? The Headless Horseman. That's his name. We meet him, we meet a witch. It's kind of, I would describe it as a journey movie, journeying from like, or not near the Goblin's King at all. The Goblin King ain't here at all, to we're on the road to getting there. We're meeting a bunch of fellows who give us wisdom and some slapstick comedy for Scooby Doo to endure. And then we meet the Goblin King, and honestly, the battle with the Goblin King is really, I wouldn't even describe it as melodramatic. It's just nothing happens at all. It's nothing. He turns into a goose, and even though goose are awful, and I hate all geese, and I think all geese should be exterminated, why do they even exist? They honk all the time, especially Canadian geese. Ha ha ha, but none about Canadian geese. This guy gets turned into a goose, and then wow, the movie's over, and then the Scooby gang is here again, and they're having a nice Halloween, the nice rest of their Halloween night. Don't get me wrong, Halloween is awesome. It's my favorite holiday. It's my favorite holiday because it's the day before my birthday, and I ask people maybe a couple of times, hey, I'm trick-or-treating. I knock on the door, I'm trick-or-treating, give me extra candy because tomorrow's my birthday, and that has happened a couple of times before being told not to do that, so I wouldn't do that. And if Scooby Gang had this luxury of having their birthday right next to Halloween, I wonder how much candy they could have gotten. This holiday is perfect for the Scooby Doo gang. Perfect for Scooby and Shaggy to eat many candy, not so much Scooby because there's a bunch of chocolate in candy usually. And also Velma has to encounter the fact that science isn't real, but magic is. She does a little fainting, and it confuses me too. And she's confused until she's proven right that science exists and magic is just a big old fluke. The ending is a little bit ambiguous for me in terms of like whether magic really exists in this universe or not. Because on the one hand, it could. It really could. It could just be science that isn't discovered yet. Or on the other hand, it could all just be playing tricks. So this Scooby Doo movie is definitely a very confusing one. I enjoyed the setting and the time period of this movie, not so much trying to follow along the plot at all. That definitely confused me. But overall, I felt like this was a fine and fun Scooby Doo movie to put on and to never watch again at all, ever. So I gotta give this movie a solid 6 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed on a channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. You can fast track a movie review, patreon.com/ASEPresents for $20 a month for one movie review for 1 month, $3 a month, how to draw Pokemon tutorials posted there early and first, all at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree to find the way that you can help support the daily grind of all these daily movie reviews. So you can go here, and until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my Salad croutons, bacon bits.